Let this story wrap you in warmth and bring you restful dreams. Heather and Euphorbia's Renewal. This story is a heartwarming tale of Heather and her hamster Euphorbia finding hope and renewal through storytelling and nature's cycles. As the gentle whispers of twilight descended upon the sleepy town, nestled between emerald hills, Heather sat quietly by her window, her fingers tracing invisible patterns on the glass. Her heart felt heavy with the quiet melancholy of recent days, a wearisome echo of the chilly autumn winds brushing against the window panes. In her small room, a cozy haven illuminated softly by the glow of the table lamp, Euphorbia, her tiny hamster, peeked out from his nest. His shiny eyes twinkled like little stars in the dim light, a bundle of warmth and energy that always seemed to brighten Heather's day. Tonight, however, he sensed her somber mood and scurried towards her, his tiny paws tapping lightly against the wooden floor. He hopped onto her lap, curling up in a plush bowl of fur, offering her comfort in the simplest yet most profound way. Heather smiled warmly at him as she stroked his soft back, feeling grateful for his companionship. "I always know how to cheer me up, don't you, little one?" she whispered. Outside, the trees rustled gently in a dance with the evening breeze, their golden leaves whispering secrets of change. Heather closed her eyes for a moment, letting the cadence of nature's lullaby fill the room. A slight breeze carried the scent of petrichor through the open window, reminding her of the rain's gentle promise of renewal. It was this thought that anchored her as she began to tell Euphorbia a story, one of change and new beginnings. Once upon a time, there was a garden that had fallen into a deep slumber. The gardener, weary and saddened by the relentless cold that had gripped his lands, had lost hope. But within the silence of the garden, beneath layers of weeds and earth, lay seeds of possibilities, waiting to awaken. As Heather spoke, she felt the weight her worries dissipate, like early morning mist kissed by the sun's first light. The story unfolded, with each word painting vivid images of the garden's rebirth during the gentle stretch of spring. The garden, as Heather described, was renewed each passing day through the vibrant talent of blooming flowers, the sweet chorus of birds awakening, and the buzzing of bees, the truest testament of life's persistence. Euphorbia leaned in closer, his whiskers twitching with interest. The tale of renewal mirrored Heather's inner feelings, each sentence a comforting reminder that after every cold, desolate night comes the warmth of a brand new dawn. As she reached the story's end, she paused, lost in thought. The rhythmic breathing of Euphorbia lulled her, a soothing melody that echoed in her heart. Feeling inspired, Heather rose from her seat, with Euphorbia nestled cozily within her hands. Together, they ventured onto the balcony, the world outside softly veiled by the darkness, yet promising with every passing moment. The star-speckled sky stretched endlessly above, and Heather felt an invigorating sense of renewal washing over her as if the universe whispered assurances only she could hear. Euphorbia nibbled gently on her sleeve, drawing her back to the present, and she chuckled at his insistence. Looking down at her beloved pet, she realized that like the garden in her story, her life too was on the verge of transformation. Fulfilled with the night's quiet promise, she returned Euphorbia to his nest and tucked herself into bed, her heart light with newfound hope. As sleep claimed her, she knew that tomorrow held new beginnings, nourished by the wisdom of her dreams and the gentle reminder of nature's endless cycle of renewal. In the silent company of her dear Euphorbia, Heather found peace, ready to embrace whatever change the dawn would bring. Let's wander further into tonight's stories. The Magical Journey of Lotus and Lily. This story is about the magical journey of Lotus and Lily, who discover ancient relics and the mystical secrets of the forest. Once upon a time, in a village nestled between rolling green hills and a sparkling azure lake, there lived a kind-hearted young woman named Lotus. Her days were filled with the scent of wild flowers as she worked tirelessly in her garden, where colors seemed brighter and more vibrant than anywhere else. Beyond the village lay the Whispering Woods, known for its ancient secrets and thick canopy that danced with golden sunlight. This enchanted forest was home to a mystical elf named Lily, whose youthful spirit and magical prowess made her the guardian of the woods. Lotus and Lily had been friends since childhood, bonded by their love for the natural world and shared dreams of adventure. One summer evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow reminiscent of the forest canopy, Lotus discovered an ancient map hidden beneath the roots of an old oak tree in her garden. The map was inscribed with rune-like characters and marked a path deep into the Whispering Woods. With a sparkle in her eyes, Lotus raced to tell Lily of her discovery, and together, they decided to embark on the adventure of a lifetime. As they journeyed into the depths of the forest, the air hummed with a mysterious energy, weaving melodies of unseen creatures and wafting aromas of mystical herbs. The path led them through thickets of towering ferns, beneath which tiny luminescent mushrooms glowed softly in the twilight, painting a scene of ethereal beauty. Lotus and Lily spoke in hushed voices as if not to disturb the tranquil harmony of their surroundings, each step inviting them further into the magical realm of the woods. As suddenly, they arrived at a clearing where time seemed to stand still. In the center, a majestic ancient willow spread its grand branches like a protective canopy, its leaves rustling softly, with tales of long-gone years. Hanging from its branches were shimmering orbs, glowing with a gentle luminescence that seemed to pulse with the breath of the forest. The music of the woods crescendoed as the two approached the willow, and Lily, with her elfin magic, gently touched the tree's bark, revealing an entrance to a hidden chamber within. Inside, there lay a treasure trove of ancient rocks, artifacts imbued with the essence of nature itself. Lotus and Lily marveled at each piece, their imaginations soaring with tales of enchanted lands and forgotten legends. As they explored, the chamber itself seemed to echo their heart's desires, whispering promises of hope and dreams yet to come. In the heart of the chamber, a crystal orb glowed with a warm, inviting light. Lotus reached out, taking the orb in her hands, and immediately felt a connection deeper than she had ever known. The orb revealed visions of the future, a world where magic and the mundane intertwined in harmony, a place where their dreams could take flight. With newfound purpose and joy, Lotus and Lily returned to the village. The map had unraveled its secrets, leading them not only to forgotten treasures but also to the realization of their own powers, the strength to weave magic into everyday life. They vowed to protect the forest and its secrets, carrying the spirit of adventure and friendship into every moment. Thus, the forest remained a sanctuary of dreams and magic, a testament to the indelible bond between humanity and the mystical world. Another story awaits to ease your night. Sakura and Tansy, a tale of patience. This story is about Sakura, a young girl who learns the value of patience through observing a butterfly named Tansy struggling to emerge from its chrysalis, leading to a lifelong friendship. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled amongst mountains and rivers, lived a young girl named Sakura. Sakura had always been fascinated by the delicate beauty of butterflies, and her favorite pastime was to chase them through the meadows surrounding her home. One sunny afternoon, while exploring near the edge of a dense forest, Sakura stumbled upon a magnificent butterfly, struggling to free itself from its chrysalis. As she watched, mesmerized, she noticed the butterfly's exquisite wings shining in the sunlight. hues of orange and blue dancing like flames. She felt an urge to help, but remembered her mother's words. Patience is the art of waiting without complaint. Deciding to heed this advice, Sakura sat silently at the base of a nearby tree, observing the butterfly's painstaking effort to emerge. Each attempt seemed to exhaust the butterfly, yet it persisted, unwavering in its determination. Sakura learned about patience that day as she witnessed the miracle of transformation unfold before her eyes. Flow deliberate, yet breathtakingly beautiful. As hours passed, the butterfly, whom Sakura named Tansy, finally freed itself, its wings unfolding in their full splendor. Tansy alighted upon Sakura's shoulder, whispering tales of faraway lands and adventures that awaited. The two became inseparable, for Tansy's journey was not just his own, but a shared voyage of discovery and learning. Sakura and Tansy would set off together each dawn, Tansy soaring high while Sakura ran below, both reveling in the joy and beauty of the world. Through patience, Sakura understood the rhythm of nature, the graceful unraveling of life's intricate patterns. And, in the twilight glow on a hill overlooking the vastness of their beloved village, they often paused, watching together as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with colors of a fading dream. Sakura knew that, in Tansy, she had found a companion that taught her more than just patience. He showed her the value of treasuring each moment, waiting for the right time to embrace what life offered. And thus, under the starlit sky, Sakura and Tansy danced the eternal dance of life, bonded by the spirit of patience and hope. The next story awaits, calm and kind. Immerse and Salvia, a tale of patience. This story is about Immerse and Salvia learning the value of patience and growing a lasting friendship. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a kind young woman named Immerse. Her days were filled with tending to her vibrant garden, where flowers of every hue blossomed under her careful touch. But what brought her true joy was her friendship with Salvia, a wise old fox who lived in the woods nearby. Salvia was no ordinary fox. His coat glimmered with shades of gold and silver, and his eyes shone with the light of ancient wisdom. Each afternoon, Immerse would sit by the edge of the forest, waiting for Salvia to appear. She would pass the time by reading books aloud, sharing tales of faraway lands and heroes who held the virtues she cherished among them, patience. One particular day, Immerse was reading a story about a brave knight who had to wait years before he could rescue his beloved from a tower surrounded by dragons. Then Salvia listened with fascination, but as the sun began to set, he said, "Immerse, tell me, why does patience matter so?" Immerse, her eyes reflecting the hues of the sunset, replied, "Patience molds us into better beings. It teaches us to value what truly matters and to appreciate the journey." Salvia nodded, though a hint of doubt lingered in his gaze. Days turned into weeks, and one quiet autumn afternoon, Immerse found Salvia waiting under the great oak where their friendship began. "Today I understand," said Salvia, his voice gentle yet firm. "In waiting, I learned not only the virtues of patience, but also the strength it gives." Immerse smiled, her heart full as she realized that her tales had planted seeds of thought in her old friend. Years passed, and the friendship between Immerse and Salvia deepened, their bond flourishing like the garden Immerse so lovingly tended. The tale of the patient knight became their favorite story, symbolizing not just the virtue they both learned to cherish, but the enduring friendship they cultivated. As seasons changed, Immerse and Salvia grew older together, yet their shared moments burned eternal in their memories. Sitting by her favorite spot in the garden, Immerse often thought of how their friendship Rooted in patience had become the most beautiful flower of all. Good night. May you find comfort in your dreams.